All right, I thought I'll get this out early for you guys. Intraday, I'm recording this intraday. Market should be open for an hour and 40 minutes or so as I record this video. I got a bunch of friends flying in today, and I would have to go pick them up later, a little bit later. So I want to get this. So keep in mind, this will be the last video before the next video. We're gonna resume with the video on May 3rd. Wednesday, May 3rd. Let me just double check. You got May 3rd, Wednesday. So we'll have a 1 full week break with the daily update video. But I wanted to, first of all, let's talk about, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about what happened today, this morning here. As you can see, we talked a lot about, we've been talking a lot about this down gap right here. As long as this down gap remains open, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see bears bring it down. This is why it's imperative that bulls get up there and finish the job. When the job doesn't get finished, you can see how sloppy this was. And then the micro term here, and yesterday it looked like, you know, with the shaved top and everything, it looked like market is going to continue to the upside, and that's how this market is going to fake you out and trap you and scam you and bully you, right? This is the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to focus on micromanage this market's fluctuations. If you're so dependent on every single days of fluctuations, you're bound to lose. You're bound to be bullied by this market. You're bound to be extremely frustrated, and you're going to be churned upside down, left and right, and just every single day it seems like the market always follows the majority. And if you're continuing to pay too much focus on the short term, it gets very, very difficult to make money in this market. If you're dependent on, you know what I mean, trying to make money on the direction of where the market is going to be next day or the day before, a very, very difficult way to stay in this business and stay profitable, right? This is why I harp on the understanding the long term, understanding the overall picture, and building your portfolio in a way that these day-to-day fluctuations should not mean much versus the long-term outlook, the long-term overall sentiment. That's what I like to really teach here at Traderscope. But anyway, so today we come to the market and just everybody's freaking out because yesterday a lot of people expected to see a continuation. But I did mention yesterday that everything looks bullish. You know what I'm saying? And then there's gonna be some crazy down gap, and it's gonna dismantle everything. Remember, we talked about that, and that will be the best case scenario for the sellers. And definitely we gapped down this morning, gapped down below the short-term moving average. We came right back down, and we finished where we broke below the midterm now. So you can see how quickly things change. And you have to understand, though, the characteristics of how this market is going to behave, how the buyer is going to make a move, how the bear is going to make a move. As you can see, when the bears come in a rather dramatic fashion. When the bulls come, they tend to take its time. There's going to be a lot of grind and sideways. But when bears come, boom, right? Especially, we've been in this sort of a semi-bear market, semi-recessionary type of price action since 2022. And so there's still going to be a lot of fear, you know what I mean? And especially after complacency, which we've been, I think, this market has been in since we bottomed here March 15th or so, and the market seems to be very stable, all right, and marching its way up, and you're gonna see, sooner or later you're gonna see something like this. This is why, I see so many short-term traders and traders that are just so focused on day-to-day, market fluctuation, just having really, really hard time, especially this type of market. This is a market, just the way that this market has been moving, in the last, since it bottomed in October, on Spider 350 or so, it's been very frustrating market for both bulls and bears, right? And the bears, they really wanted to see this market really get into a very steep bear market type of move, and we have not seen that. Basically, this market has been moving sideways, as you can see here. It hasn't gone anywhere. This market has been just moving sideways, as you can see. And this is a type of market where it's gonna blow up, and you know what I'm saying, and break a lot of traders. You know what I mean? And it's very, very difficult market for any sort of short-term traders to survive in this type of you know what I mean, environment. But anyhow, so as you can see, we're now back below the micro term and below the short term and below the mid-term moving averages. And that's going to change the sentiment rather quickly here. So if I just kind of go back and quickly observe this market here, when we did lose micro term, short term, and mid term, and there are a few occasions where a market might go right back up or something like that. But you see a whole lot of volatility sets back, and basically this market, the fear comes back in, and then there's a lot of, you know what I mean, same thing right here in around February or so. Micro term was lost, short term was lost, mid term was lost, and things got very, very difficult. So that's probably going to be a lot of people are expecting to see a big downturn like this, as you can see here. That might be in the way. Only difference right now, I feel like market did not make higher high, right? You can see there and high here, higher high, and there's a subtle higher lows. What the market actually did, it didn't even go up here, right, and made equal highs either. So basically, this market did not go up to the February peak and make that equal high, nor did it go up and make new highs before falling back down. It actually kind of like stopped short here. And bears gonna really think this as a bearish thing, like, okay, that's a lower high, okay, so we're gonna now start again. When you're fixated in one direction, you tend to be very biased. So we just have to kind of go with just, you know, higher probability scenarios. So from what I've witnessed over the years that I've been trading in this market since 2008, what I've noticed is when the market is sort of breaks that trend, you can see we got the higher high here, higher lows. It might be, again, we might need more data, but it might be that this market is strategically coming short, coming back down, and then trying to kind of make that higher low here for the first time before making that higher high. That might be the case. As I look at my long-term analysis, right? I know with you guys, I tend to stick with the short term because that is what everybody's so focused on YouTube. So I'm gonna give you what you guys want us to know. But me as a long-term investor, you know, and position trader in this market, as I look at the long-term, you know what I mean, scheme of things, I do see the sentiment is slowly shifting. I wonder if this is sort of a strategic move before, again, it might come down lower. But for that to happen, what needs to happen is what I can do is I can put a little fib here, right? As you can see it, and there's these levels, right? So these levels must hold. And worst case scenario, that's 395, but it's probably best at least one of these up gap is protected. If all of these down gap, up gaps get filled, that's gonna be very bearish. So you can see we got 3 up gaps remaining. Minimum, at least the bottom, this biggest up gap, that needs to be protected. Remember last time, when the gap gets protected, remember there's a December up gap, November up gap. When these 2 gaps are protected, what happened? Even though when we came back down around March, market got right back up. So now instead of coming all the way back down, because now we have this gap that's been gathered, and you know what I'm saying, from the buyers, they need to weaponize this by protecting it, right? If they can protect all these 3 up gaps, right, that'll be incredibly bullish. But let's say bears just come down very, very fast and you know, you know what I mean, fills both of these up gaps. However, it keeps this one, the biggest one, right, at 400. If that's the case, that will be that critical higher low before finally bulls get up there and trying to battle with the boss bears at 420. Remember that 420 has been that kryptonite for the bulls because they were not able to get close to that 420. This was the last known September island down gap. That's the only, there are a lot of down gaps above it, obviously, but that's the only island down gap that is still open. And you can see during late 2022, very quickly, boss bears are very overly protective over this, because this is the boss bears command. They understand that if boss bears lose 420, bulls are going to grab and earn and have that confidence and have such a confidence that who knows what the bulls are going to do. And bulls have such a great track record since 2009 lows that bears boss bears do not want to give this up again, because this is the only island down gap that remains open since 2022 decline. So you can see bulls got up and quickly shot down. Bulls got very, very close 420 there. Very, very quickly shot down again. Bulls trying again. But I feel like, again, this move right here, it's sort of like, I feel like it's very strategic here. And if that's the case, it's better to pull back here and then get up and finally get up. If that's what bulls are doing, to strategically pulling back here to cultivate that higher low. Because remember last time, the impact when it got up here close to boss bear command center, when it came down, bulls trying to make that higher low, but because of this fall was too much, they got too close to the boss bears. They got burned and they got wounded so much so that when we did see an initial bounce, they were not able to make it into a higher low. Instead, they came all the way back down. But thankfully, the December up gap and November up gap, those are protected. So the bulls got back up here. So because now that we got these gaps right here, if any of these levels we see supporting, move action for the buyers, finally then maybe bulls can able to get up and possibly go up and battle with the boss bears. Obviously, if you're a seller here, because I know we have a lot of bulls and bears watching this video, your objective is fill all these up gaps. And something I hear a lot on comments and things like that, they always say that all gaps get filled. No, all gaps don't always get filled. If I just go down here, you can see this October up gap not got filled, didn't get filled. November up gap didn't get filled. And they say, well, bear's gonna say that they're eventually all gonna get filled. Well, if you look at, there are a lot of down gap, there are a lot of up gaps from like 2013. Was that filled? No. There's a lot of up gaps from 2014, 15, 16. Was that filled? No, it wasn't. There are a lot of up gaps from 2020. Was it any of it filled around, 280, 290, 300, 320? None of it got filled. So does not mean that they must be filled. That's just a wrong way of thinking. That you also have to understand the secular trend of things, like a secular, not just what's going on now, what happened this year, but we're looking at last 10 years. So the oscillator, which we talked about yesterday, the oscillator right here, this oscillator is new. We haven't seen, that's the fascinating part of this market. This market always know how to do something new, something that has never done before. Since I've been doing this 65-minute chart analysis video since 2020 lows, COVID lows, I don't think I've ever seen, oscillator doing this. I mean, I've seen all kinds of stuff, but this is the first time. Isn't that crazy how this market loves to just do so? And that's what makes it so fascinating to be part of in this market and be, to trade this market, because this market will constantly push you to the limit and constantly, challenge you. But anyway, so yesterday was such a great setup, right? It's such a great trap. And that's why I mentioned the fact that there could be that down gap, because it looks such a great trap, just because it looked like the oscillator's breaking out. It looked like, you know what I'm saying? It looked like, this thing was like breaking above the microton with the shaved top. There's a lot of that, strength going into close. I'm not surprised. I won't be surprised to see even a lot of bears A lot of sellers maybe gone long here thinking that they're going to see this move. And then we gapped down and everybody hit that exit button. That's what today was. Everybody who went long anywhere here, right? Anywhere here, they placed their stuff just underneath this. And all those stops are getting taken out. That's what today's move is. Just that's what happens when the market, like, you know, is grinding and grinding. A lot of people are looking for that breakout. What happens is the market is gonna want to come down and take all those stops. This is a reason why when you're so focused on, I mean, how long? A lot of you guys focusing on the short term, focusing on the micromanaging everything. And then market loves to take your stop out and goes without you. And you've done that, gone through that so many times. And it's always heartbreaking, right? It's such a so frustrating experience to just like market constantly just turning you around and bullying you around, and there's nothing. Market always tends to do the opposite of what you want it to do. And we're here now. And so as I talked about here, so now we are retesting this previous swing high. And that's a rather important swing high, I think, just because we did see that this level acting as support right here. You can see, right? That's the prior swing high. We talked about that and finished. We came back down here. So if we do see a bounce here, midterm, short term, micro term, they're all going to act as resistance. And we got 2 down gaps remaining. So keep in mind, you know, it could be a difficult week ahead. And it could be a lot of up and down. So we're going to start to see some volatility here. Market is going to shaking and baking here, and things are going to get really, really hectic here again. Just so that, you know, if you're this micromanaging, focusing on the short term, every tag, you know, scare money, never make any money. I really believe it's true. It constantly getting stopped out. It's not fun. And this market knows how to turn you around. And this is why I focus on the long term. This is why I focus on not what's going to happen today, tomorrow, not even this month, but what may happen towards the end of this year, what's going to happen next couple of years. I think that's the right approach. That's better approach. I do play some long position trading, position trading strategies where I'll hold things and I'll buy call options and stuff like that, and triple shares and things like that. And I'll hold things several months to year. So what that means is I really don't care about what's going to happen in a day-to-day basis. And this is the reason why I can do these videos every single day, and I can really make fun of the buyers. I can make fun of the sellers, and I do not feel a thing. It's just when I see a type of day like today, when I see this happening, it's just, I can't help to think, man, how many people are so down, so discouraged because of what happened today's movie. It's just that when you're just, market just knows what everybody's expecting it to do and doing the opposite, right? This is what only, and think about what was it feel like? What was it feel like back in, you know, December at around 380s, and what it felt like for 380s. And remember the Fed minutes here when things just got, remember that huge, crazy decline, bearish move there. And look at this crazy downturns. And what did it feel like? What was everyone was expected to see? They wanted to see 1929 Great Depression or 2008 financial crisis all over again, right? And then market, what does the market do? Out of nowhere, we just goes right back up to 414, right? And so it's whether you guys can, argue all day with bulls and bears on Twitter and YouTube comments, attacking each other all day long. But tell you what, every short-term traders, every micromanaging positions, they're getting whipsawed out. They're getting all stopped out. They're all getting churned around and bullied around by this market. I truly believe that, truly to survive and thrive subsequently in this market is to understand the big picture, the macro of things. When I say macro, I don't even mean just for this year. I mean 10 years, 12, 20 years, 30, 40, understanding the big picture that that most people are not going to be aware of, and not only just understanding it, but how to implement this into strategizing it so you can understand where your entry is going to be, and that's that's what I like to share here, we're here at Traderscope. So anyway, so you guys, I hope you guys gonna be okay without me until Wednesday, May 3rd. Wednesday, May 3rd, I will try to tweet things out at on my Twitter and StockTwits account at 2KKim, so you can follow me there. I might not tweet all the time, but if I have time, I will. You know, hopefully I can tweet things out at least once a day during midday. Again, I have a bunch of friends coming in here, flying in here to Dallas, and I'm gonna spend a lot of time with them. I will be watching market at least, you know, in the morning time and stuff like that. But you know, I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna have time to do these YouTube videos every single day. But for my Traders Club members, there's gonna be no schedule change there, so we'll stick with the same schedule on everything. But for the YouTube videos, my YouTube followers and my Twitter and StockTwits followers, tweets may be limited, but I'm gonna try to tweet every single day, once a day. But there will be no video until May 3rd, Wednesday.